I'm Alessandra Inés Ruiz. As a baby, I was ambitious and adorable. I believe the same still applies now that I'm 20 years old. I'm Puerto Rican and Cuban, so I grew up knowing that I should be proud of myself, my family, and my people, and I should never be ashamed. Spanish was my first language, and I also speak Portuguese, but English was always one of my best subjects at school. Never underestimate those who are trilingual. In high school, I took AP Lang and Lit. I passed both classes, so when I started taking classes at UCF in June 2015, right after graduation, I thought I was set. Until November 2017, when my advisor told me that my AP Lit score didn't count and I needed to take ENC1102. I was so devastated. I'm so far into my degree, why do I need to take a freshman course? I passed AP Lit anyway. Then spring semester began. Once the first couple weeks were over, I realized this isn't too bad. Not only did I do research projects like this in high school, but I've done them in college already too. So I figured I got this. My goals in this class were to simply become a better writer. As an anthropology major, I sometimes stray away from writing like a normal college student. I get into the routine of writing for scientific purposes. I hadn't written anything outside of anthropology in a long time, so I was apprehensive about which discourse community to choose when this came about. I realized that I needed to choose a discourse community that would provide me with a lot of content to work with and analyze. Exercising this preliminary research helped me out in my Poverty and Development in Latin America class, in which I have to write 2 to 4 research papers weekly. Understanding rhetoric and the rhetorical situation all over again was not a challenge. We were all just revisiting a concept I learned in high school. I only found the proposal challenging at first. I was trying to figure out how to apply the rhetorical situation to my community, bodybuilding.com. Even my brother, a published writer and poet who is working on his master's in fine arts at UT Austin, couldn't really help me navigate this project. I was stuck when it came to the proposal. I realized that bodybuilding.com was a valuable discourse community when I finally started writing my proposal. As you can see, there are multiple forms of communication on the website, yet that is the only way of tackling the exigence of the community, which is the need to improve one's health. The annotated bibliography wasn't much of a challenge for me, except I messed up. I didn't realize that 2 of my sources were from our course materials. Though my peers advised me that I was supposed to reference what we've utilized, I wasn't supposed to use John's and Grant Davies' work as secondary sources. My bad. My annotated bibliography taught me a lot. It really helped me centralize my research. That helped me get 100 out of 100, an A on my Poverty and Development in Latin America midterm. I was shocked, but I knew I couldn't have done this elaborate 12-page paper without the writing and research practice I gained from ENC1102. The analysis was better for me, at least in the beginning. I mostly struggled with the literature review. I turned to the Writing Center for help. There, my tutor Andrew helped me a lot. He is teaching ENC1102 in the fall, so he knew what I needed. The literature review was where I put all the ideas from my sources together. My sources were the main focus of this part of the paper. From there, I felt quite confident because the methodology and analysis were both heavily discussed by Dr. Dieterle. Throughout the course, I received a lot of helpful feedback from Dr. Dieterle that led me to believe my writing, or at least my understanding of course principles, was improving. My Google site is quite serene, which one may find atypical for a site which discusses bodybuilding.com. The thing is, I love a good paradox. I also aim to incorporate a sense of tranquility to give the feeling of peace in relation to one's body. I believe in the idea that one's body is a temple. I incorporated a photo I took at Machu Picchu, Peru, for the header image because I wanted this to balance the hardcore feel of the bodybuilding world. The site itself has white, black, gray, and red colors to give off an empowering yet tranquil ambiance. The bottom of my site reads, "Self-preservation is the most basic human instinct throughout," because, well, it's self-explanatory, really. Each page has photos of people practicing some form of wellness, whether it be exercise, meditation, prayer, etc., to remind the audience of why they're here. My analysis essay also has different colors and images of strength in order to reach the audience's senses of variation, the way exercise and wellness does. The research conducted between each assignment The proposal, the annotated bib, and the analysis all led me to a point of feeling more confident in my writing. The greatest lesson I took away from this class was that words impact us whether they are spoken, written, or implied. Language is useful and impactful when used carefully. And we can all be amazing writers. Thank you.